Looks like we have a few open slots still, so I'm assuming some people are having trouble to get in. You don't have to stand yet. You can relax. We'll start in a few minutes. I think this is the sixth or seventh time. The video technology is a lot better than 2 years. You wouldn't believe what we did 2 years ago. The signal would come on and go every 5 minutes or every 5 seconds. It was just big. Hopefully. Well, we're supposed to have about 19 here. So the system would hold, besides me, 9, that would hold 8. So some people have not gotten in yet, and some people are watching one way. So altogether it's 25 people. So we still have a few open spaces there. I hope they find their way in. Yeah, a couple more people jump in. We should have, I think, over 10 and 10, but I'm on both. So. These are separate groups, you know. Okay, we're going to begin in about 2 minutes. You can still relax. I'll tell you when to get up. Ceremony will be about an hour. I hope you all enjoy it and have a good time and keep a smile and a sense of humor no matter what happens. This is a party. Two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still missing a couple of people on both sides, but hopefully they'll find their way in. Okay, we'll start in about a minute. Would everyone please rise now? Be standing in Shashu. I'll tell you that we're going to do 3 bows at the beginning. When I do full prostrations, if you wish, you may do full prostrations as your heart tells you. If your heart says to do, you can do a standing bow, it's fine, especially if you have some physical limitation, please Us old folks, let's not throw our backs out. It's always a concern. Okay. All right, I think we're ready to begin. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Jukai ceremony this January 2016. It is an honor to have you all here. Gasho to all of you, welcome. I want to say it's been a long road to get here, and I'll have a word about that in a moment. But first, we're going to begin, as we always do, with presenting incense. Then we will have 3 prostrations. I hope you will join me. Standing bows are fine if that is what you wish. The Heart Sutra, and then dedication. So please join me for that. During the Heart Sutra, if you would all be standing in Gasho, that would be welcome. Please stand in Gasho.
The heart of the perfection of great wisdom, Sutra. Practice of perfect wisdom, mercy, peace,
sensation and consciousness also like this. O Shari Putra, all things of emptiness, the form not destroyed, neither waxing nor waning. Thus emptiness is not form, not perception, nor formation, perception, nor consciousness, no eye, hear, nose, tongue, body, mind, no sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, nor of night, no realm of sight, no realm of consciousness, no ignorance, nor end to ignorance, no old age and death, no cessation of old age and death, no suffering, nor cause or end to suffering, no path, no wisdom, and no gain, no gain. Thus bodhisattvas live this prajnapara vita. No hindrance of mind, no hindrance, therefore no fear. Far behind all delusion, nirvana is already here. All past, present, and future Buddhas live this prajnaparamita and realize supreme and complete enlightenment. Therefore know that prajnaparamita is the sacred mantra, the luminous mantra, the incomparable mantra, by which all suffering is clear. This is no other than truth. Therefore, this prajnaparamita mantra, set forth this mantra and proclaim gate gate paragate parasangate bodhisoaka hanya shingyo. Can you still hear me, Shingen, or see me? Let me make sure they can hear me over here. If you can hear me, would you give me a little wave? Good. How about over here? Can you hear? Give me a little wave, group 2. Good. Would everyone please be seated for a few moments of zazen? Would you put the table? All right, I can see you all. I'll ring the bell and we will sit for a short time. You can just sit as you are. I would like to ask all our Jukai recipients to be standing in Gasho. Please stand in Gasho. Hopefully everyone can hear me. Please stand in Gasho. At this time, as is traditional, we will make a series of bows to honor all that brought us here today. We begin, if you have a Buddha statue or other space or sacred place or image that you have made in your room, would you please bow in that direction 3 times. Now I will now, out of gratitude to all our families who are possible today, please bow in the direction where your parents can be found, or if they're no longer in this world, perhaps some place that reminds you of them. Just bow in that direction 3 times to where your parents would be. The world is round, so no matter which way you face it, you will get to them eventually. It's fine. Please bow 3 times. And now I ask you to bow towards where I sit as the preceptor. I don't say bow to me. I'm just sitting here representing the Buddhas and ancestors who are here today, and I return the bow to you. This is a bow of mutual greetings between us. So if you would bow to the place where I sit 3 times. I'd like to welcome all of you here today. I can see you here before me. Please give me a wave if you can hear. Yay! We made it. It's been a long road. A lot of zazen, good days, bad days, ups and downs, people who I didn't think would be. We are so happy. Even if you had not been able to be with us here today, you would have been here in our hearts. Know that. And I know that today's sitting, boy, you had the ongo of all ongos this year. Charles, you too. I think so many folks overcame so much to be here, and that is what it is all about. Remember, today is a celebration, a party. Please keep smiling and have a sense of humor. We already overcame one little technical glitch, it looked like, but we're back. And whatever happens, we're all going to get through this together. It's all in the heart. We see each other in our hearts, forgetting near and far now and then. There are folks who are going to be joining this Jukai. We're the only Jukai in the world, maybe, you can join later. So people are going to be joining us, a couple of people tomorrow, and I'll have a little confirmation ceremony with them afterwards. They are here with us too. We made it. Yay. Now, if you have a place for incense in your room, or if some people said they don't have incense, you burn incense together. All right. Now I would like to ask you to repeat the following words with me. My 2 spokespeople If you would turn your microphones on at this time and get close to the microphone so we can hear you. Get really close. Yeah. It's going to be hard to hear if you're standing away from the mic, so don't be afraid to get close. It's okay. Please repeat after me, everyone. Life and death are of supreme importance.
Life and death are of supreme importance.
And time swiftly passes by.
And time swiftly passes by.
Thus I wish to receive the great precepts of Gautama Buddha.
Thus I wish to receive the great precepts of Gautama Buddha.
Please permit me to receive the precepts.
Please permit me to receive the precepts.
I am very glad, this is my part to say, I am very glad you are asking to receive the precepts. Again, would you please bow 3 times towards the seat where I sit as representative of the Buddhas and the ancestors. Very lovely. I think I'm going to need my glasses. Oh, here they are. Yeah. Now, I will speak some very traditional words. It is said much the same way at Jukai ceremonies in Japan, in China, in the West, of course in different languages, but the words are always about the same. Please listen. The great precepts of Gautama Buddha were kept by all Buddhas. They were transmitted from Buddha to Buddha, and they were received by ancestors. The receiving of the precepts transcends the 3 kinds of time, past, present, and future, and the experience of truth will continue forever. Our great teacher, Gautama Buddha, transmitted the precepts to Master Mahakashapa. Master Mahakashapa transmitted the precepts to Master Ananda, and it is said, the transmission of the precepts has continued in this way, passing from orthodox successor to orthodox successor in one line, and so, after many ages, has come to me. Now, I am bestowing the precepts upon you to return the profound benevolence of our great teacher, Gautama Buddha, and to make you the standard for human beings and all life. We trust this to be the true reception of Gautama Buddha's wisdom and life. Respectfully following the approval of Gautama Buddha, we would like to devote ourselves to the precepts and atone. Listen to my words and wholeheartedly say the same words after each line. Please repeat. All harmful acts, words, and thoughts ever committed by me since of old.
All harmful acts, words, and thoughts ever committed by me since of old.
On account of beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance.
On account of the beginning, greed, anger, and ignorance.
Born of my body, mouth, and mind.
Born of my body, mouth, and mind.
Now I atone for them all.
Now I atone for them all.
Now we have cleansed ourselves of the products of body, speech, and mind, with the approval of Gautama Buddha, all Buddhas and ancestors. We have gained great purity through our atonement. And so now, please receive the precepts precisely. Thus first, we undertake the 3 devotions. Now during this, please everyone, be in Gasho and repeat after me. Respectful devotion to Buddha, respectful devotion to Dharma, respectful devotion to Sangha,
respectful devotion to Buddha, respectful devotion to Sama, respectful devotion to Sangha.
Devotion to Buddha, the guiding one. Devotion to Dharma, the reality and teaching. Devotion to Sangha, the embracing community.
Devotion to Buddha, the guiding one. Devotion to Dharma, the reality and teaching. Devotion to Sangha, the embracing community.
Sincere devotion to Buddha. Devotion to Dharma. Sincere devotion to Sangha.
Sincere devotion to Buddha, sincere devotion to Dharma, sincere devotion to Sangha.
I know that's a mouthful to say. You're all doing quite well. You all had it perfect. Don't worry. Would you please once again bow towards the seat where I sit as representative of the Buddha and ancestors? Please bow 3 times. Now at this time, we've had to make some changes to all traditions. All traditions always change. One way we had to figure out how to do this old tradition where, as part of the Jukai, I will head. And of course, we're touching across the world. And you know what? Really touching just the same as it's always been, as we do it now. So I'm going to ask you to come as a representative here. If you would, could you just kneel down here? You know, get a little closer so they can see you. There we go. Okay. So, and I'm going to do it for all of you. Would you all take your leaf now? And hold your leaf next to the camera as close as you can, okay? So, this is for our parents, all our friends, benevolent ones. This is for the whole world. We say thanks. I touch my head. And I will hold it out to you. Would you touch your leaf to the screen? That's it. That's it. And now I do for you. This is all right. Wonderful. Thank you. The giving of the precepts of 3 devotions is like this. From now on, Gautama Buddha and all Buddhas are your great teachers. Never devote yourself to false teachings, harmful teachings, or the like. These precepts were retained by Buddhas of the past. They were transmitted by the ancestors. Now I give them to you. You should retain them sincerely. Now I will bestow the 3 pure and universal precepts. After I will ask 3 times, and 3 times, if you agree, you will say in a loud voice, yes, I will. In Japanese, there's a beautiful expression, very old Japanese. They say, yoku tabotsu. What does that mean? Yes, I will. So that's what we say. Yes, I will. All right? Number 1, to seek as you can in this body and life to avoid doing harm. This precept was retained by Buddhas of the past. It was transmitted by ancestor to ancestor, and now I bestow them upon you. Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep this precept?
Yes, I will.
I will. Yes, I will.
Come on, let me hear you. Will you seek to keep this precept?
Yes, I will.
Yes, I will.
There you go. Number 2, to seek as you can in this body and life to live in a healthful and helping way, doing good. This precept was retained by Buddhas of the past. It was transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now I bestow this upon you. Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I
I
will.
will.
Will you seek to keep this precept?
Yes, I will.
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep this precept?
Yes, I will.
Number 3, to seek as you can in this body and life, to live for the benefit of all sentient beings. This precept was retained by Buddhas of the past. It was transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now I bestow this upon you. Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes,
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep
yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep this precept?
Yes, I will.
You should do your best to keep these precepts. Now please bow 3 times to the seat where I sit as representative of the Buddhas and ancestors. And now the 10 fundamental precepts. I shall read them. Please hear with all sincerity. Number 1, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from the killing of life. Number 2, to seek as you can to live in generosity and refrain from taking that which is not given. Number 3, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from misusing sexuality and all desire. Number 4, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from false and malicious speech. 5, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from intoxication in its many forms. 6, can in this body and life to refrain from unconstructively criticizing the errors. 7, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from praising oneself and judging others. 8, you can in this body and life to refrain from praising oneself and judging others. Number 9, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from stinginess in bestowing the Buddhist teachings and all precious things. 9, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from all anger. 10, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from disparaging the 3 treasures, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. These precepts were retained by Buddhas of the past. They were transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now I bestow them upon you. Will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep these precepts?
Yes, I will.
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep these precepts?
Yes, I
Yes,
will.
I will.
Yes, I will.
You should do your best to keep these precepts. Please bow 3 times to the seat where I sit on behalf of all the Buddhas and ancestors. And now, the concluding vow. Now at the end of this, I have a little request. I'd like all of you to turn your microphones on at this point. But we're going to get tremendous feedback, I think, which is good. It represents the interconnection and deep oneness of all of us. So after a few seconds of that, please turn your microphones back off, or we're never going to be able to finish the ceremony. As a matter of fact, this is an experiment. I hope it doesn't knock us off completely. But let's see what happens. Okay, everybody, microphones on. Are you ready? Okay. These 16 Buddhist precepts are the three devotions, the three pure and universal precepts, and the 10 fundamental precepts. They were retained by Buddhas of the past. They were transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now I bestow them upon you at the end of your life. Will you seek to keep precepts?
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep precepts?
Yes, I will.
Please do your best to keep these precepts. All right, microphone off, please. Looks like we're starting. Thank you to Google. We should also have 3 vows to Google. We are so indebted to them, and they're keeping us going today. Thank you. All right. Again, would you bow 3 times to the seat where I sit as representative of the Buddhas and all the ancestors? All right. Now we will have receipt of the Roxu and the lineage chart. Would you hand me the Roxu and lineage chart that are there? All right. Now, if you have a Roxu, at this time, would you please raise it and hold it in front of you? For the few of you whose Roxu is, you have your Roxu, you have not received the back, it's fine, it's there. It's not a matter of when or where. Your Roxu is complete, and we'll make sure it all gets to you. But in the meantime, I'm going to ask you to hold this respectfully, and I will now sense this. And present it to you. Will you please take it? Thank you. Now, please place it on your head. This is the tricky part. For you not accustomed, you may hold it with one hand, and the other hand a gasho. Yes. And make a gasho. Yeah, 2 hands if you can. And repeat after me the Takesage, the verse of the Kesa. We will recite this 3 times. My spokesman, please. Would you have your microphones on, spokespeople? Robe of liberation boundless. Field beyond both form and formless. Wearing the Tathagata's teachings. Vowing beings. Robe of liberation boundless. Field beyond both form and formless. Wearing the Tathagata's teachings. Vowing to free all sentient beings. Robe of liberation boundless. Field beyond both form and formless.
Beyond both form and formless.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
From now on, before you place on your kessa, whenever in the future you place it on, it's traditional to recite that in that way 3 times before you place it on. At this time, will you please place on your rakusu? Let me place it on you as representative of everyone. Daniela is here. I'm placing it on her as representative of all of you. Very good. Okay. Good. Please stand. And now I will bestow, again, for those who are still worried, yours has already arrived, even though it may only be seen in your hearts at this point. Inside the seal on the front is a kanji that represents blood lineage. And it says, great precepts of the Bodhisattva, reception of the true line of the Buddhas and ancestors. And your name comes at the end. There's a long line, begins actually with an empty circle. Buddha and all the ancestors in India and China, Japan, and then the Western countries, to me, and now to you. And I will bestow this upon you. Need a little more smoke here. Please receive your certificate. You may take it. Maybe tap it to your head 3 times, and then you may place it aside on your altar. Beautiful. Now I will recite the names of our new Dharma heirs. Not the Dharma heirs, I should say, Jukai recipients. I'm getting a couple of ceremonies ahead of all of you. Maybe someday. Jukai, the names of our Jukai recipients. Jika, healing flower. Seido, the fine way. Jakuden, serene field. Kote, the old garden. The way mind. Bokusei, the simple sage. Shurin, Jinyo, total cultivation. Ryokan, boundless generosity. Jakugan, serene cliff. Nanto, the soft lamplight. Washin, the harmonious heart. Onkai, warm sea. Chico, the wisdom drum. Myogan, Banto, the myriad stone steps. Hagon, balanced eye. Taishi, calm poetry. Sozan, robust mountain. Nenkai, the mindful sea. Taikai, the peaceful world. Kaibun, an ocean of literature. Sekishi, red beard. I should mention we have two Sekishi now, but that's another story I'll explain on Monday. Romon, the clear literature. Tenrai, Heavenrai. I think that's everyone. You're not sure. I'll be writing everyone. Give me a day or two to do this. But I'll be writing everyone with a little advice on the meaning and the pronunciation. It may not be right away, but don't worry. I'll tell you how to say it. You can always go back and listen to this recording too if you're not sure on the pronunciation. The names were chosen just for feeling in my heart, what inspired when I looked at who each person was. All right? Okay. Would you now again bow to the place where I sit 3 times? Okay. Now you're going to take my seat here. Yes. And I'll explain what that is. I'm now going to rise, and you symbolically will take my seat because you've received the precepts. You seat as representative of the Buddhas and ancestors, you see. And I will be walking around you in celebration. All right? So I'm going to get up, and Daniela here is going to, what is your name again? I should refer to you. Nenkai. Nenkai, well now, I should refer to her by her new Dharma name. Nenkai should be sitting here, and she will represent all of you. Please be in God's shadow. Now you can close your eyes if you wish, and it's all in your heart. Let me read this. We will now symbolically exchange places. I circle around you, all members of the Sangha who have previously undertaken Jukai, all teachers, all Buddhas and ancestors are circling around you to welcome you. Please close your eyes and see that you are now sitting where I am sitting. Picture yourself sitting in this chair where I have been sitting. Place your hands in Gasho and see me and all the Buddhas and ancestors. You 3 times symbolically, and I intone the traditional words. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. Would you now open your eyes and return to your place where you were before? Thank you. And now we have come to the closing. And I'm going to ask, is Marino still here? Okay, we will have 3 more prostrations, a full rundown. Would you hand me my zagu there, my bowing cloth? Thank you. Oh, I have one here, sorry. All right, Shingen. And now I'm supposed to say that the ceremony is now concluded. Let us live this life. And then I'm supposed to say the ceremony is over. Good night, everyone. But, as I said, this is a party. So I'm going to, anyone who wants to, just put on your microphone now and just say hi to everybody. Okay? Anyone who wants to. Let me get this one.
Hey. Hi, everyone.
Hello. Say hi.
Hey, it's still me. Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Hi.
Well, everyone, now I will say good night. It's done. Congratulations to everybody. And all of you.
Good night and good morning.
Celebration with your families and loved ones. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Want to bow?
Bye-bye. See you guys. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.